We haven't gone over this way yet, Zitz. Okay, what other words? I just tried Scott. I just tried trust.
Stars.
Stars does not work. What's another one?
Did you try brave?
What time is it right now, Charles?
2 a.m.
2 a.m.? We've been down here for so long. Get out of there, you. I'm sitting here about to pass out, and we're inches away from the treasure itself, and the only thing that's holding us back is this stupid little metal box with a 5-letter code. We're right there. That room is it. That's the room. Freaking see it and smell it.
I still can't believe we have this large of a lead that no one else has entered the chamber.
What is so important about this September 12th to the 14th? That's the Battle of Baltimore. What is so important about the Battle of Baltimore?
The answer's in this room.
Try Dawn's, D-A-W-N-S. And then maybe early. Dawn's early light. We're so close.
If you got a hunch, let's go with it. Hold on, John. We just came from this way. Guys, I really want to check around and see, make sure we're not leaving this room without having to come back to this.
That's fine. Let's check it right here.
I seriously just don't want to leave any stone unturned. I agree.
Holy crap. Why can't we figure out this damn cryptex?
We have tried every single 5-letter code referring to history that comes into our minds.
In a parallel universe, our parallel selves had the money 2 hours ago. You're here, I think.
Huh?
I just heard something push against the door.
So put your ear to the door, listen. Voice is Einstein.
I feel like we've been down here for days. It's been days.
Okay. Don't talk unless you're saying something useful. Please.
What if you have to go up one of these chutes? Like climb up one of them? Pillows, pillows, pillows. Nice find.
What was that?
Entrance to the chamber. Do you have that?
There's a rusted door with a little peephole is what it looks like. And my husband right away pulls out the star that we'd received on the boat, thinking he needs to slide it in.
Well, hold on. It's like this. Go. There's still something inside.
It might just drop something down and hit a latch.
And hit a latch.
If you put something in there, chance we're all.
What do we say? Nothing. You keep your mouth shut, is what you do.
Ready? Here we go.
Get this bag. I got it.
Have fun.
Kimmy. Get this bag. Kimmy. Ready? Good pull, boys.
We were in first place. We had a 2.5-hour lead, and now it means absolutely nothing. It's all gone, even playing field. We've all got to get at it now.
This is awesome.
Air Force, come over here, let's talk.
Hey, Dad.
Come here.
It's kind of an eerie scene as we step into this chamber. It's really hot. There's symbols all over the walls, and the geniuses look like they've been beaten with a stick.
You guys, come here. This must be very complicated. Those guys are still in here. Yeah. Extremely complicated. Let's all take 5 minutes. Look on your own so we don't bias each other. Everyone come up with a bunch of different theories.
Solve it, Zitz.
Working on it. 6.
Trying to strip checks, I tried every 5-letter word possible, from France to truce to Scott, everything 5 letters relating to this journey. I'm like, you know what, maybe it's just something else. I was just hoping for a miracle.
Charles, man, I thought you said you had this thing cracked. American history's revolution. One of the things that there's only one of. Star.
What else could it be?
Radio is what? Radio. And that's what
We're all looking for this to tell us how to open the cryptics. The cryptics is telling us how to open this.
right. But how do you open the friggin' spurs? How do you do it?
We're thinking too complicated here. Rillos, it's got to be easier than we think.
Why did they put Mosaic? Can you see why the dots are really light up here?
Because that's what happened on that ship. That's where he broke.
I know, but it's unnecessary.
Might not even be a word. Just maybe it's just a random combination of names and letters. It just looks like it has to be a word. I don't know. I'm assuming it's radio. It's got to be radio.
Charlie, give me that for a second.
I don't think they got anything.
Holy crap.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm awake. I'm awake. Oh yes.
Holy crap. Oh, you gotta be. It was like a waking dream. It was like getting up. I had this image in my head, FSK. And I was like, I'm gonna put in the initials FSK. I didn't know what the last 2 letters should be. And I'm thinking about the clue. The Star Spangled Banner is the key. What if it's the key as in the Francis Scott Key? What if the key is Francis Scott Key? FS Key, Francis Scott Key. I was like, fine. I doubt this is gonna work, you know? I put it in. It's like, ka-tink. was like, holy crap.
Who's inside? Okay.
Inside of the cryptex is this little metallic arrow that has some of the symbols from the stone tablets that are on the ground.
Just spin it. It says start. What's the start?
Ooh-wee. That's kind of cool. Yep, open. Oh, snap! Ooh-wee. That's kind of cool. Oh, snaps!
Holy crap. What is that?
Is this it?
No way.
God, is this it?
It's not. No. It's another challenge.
Here, baby, this is it.
Holy crap. No. Stop. Stop.
Can we bathe in this like Uncle Moneybucks?
No. Wait a minute. There's more
What
crap
is
on
this?
the walls. This is freaking ridiculous. Wait a minute. No. No. This is not it.
We got a Motorola message.
You've journeyed through more than 200 years of American history, and you've used its knowledge to solve the riddle behind the treasure. Congratulations.
The gold is yours.
Guys, your grandparents are getting to retire.
My grandparents are retiring. My parents are retiring. Celtics. No way. No way, guys. No way.
I actually learned a lot about myself. During the hunt, I knew I had to keep going for my team, for my family, for everyone. I've done things in the hunt that I never thought I would do, and I've seen places that I've never even heard of. All in all, the hunt has been the most spectacular thing that I've ever done in my life.
Bring it in. Bring it in. Wait.
Heck yeah!
Holy crap.
Rushing through our minds, these vast possibilities. I mean, Francis is gonna be able to help take care of his family and get to go to med school and pay for it. Sam's gonna be able to open his clinic. I for sure can pay for med school now, which is, I mean, a huge deal. It's like somebody just reached down and said, here's a bunch of your dreams, go live them.
You have journeyed thousands of miles on your hunt for the treasure. Unfortunately, in the end, you were not fast enough. And the treasure has slipped through your fingers.
Hey, hold your heads up high. We did good.
That's it. We did a good job.
The dream's over. Matthew kept saying, just be proud, we did good, we fought, we battled. I'm like, you know what? There's nothing worse than second place. I'd rather be out in 10th and 9th or 8th, but to come this far and lose like that.
Good work.
One of the strangest feelings. It was a sick feeling. I was like, oh man, I was just sick to my stomach that we were so close.
Everyone had an equal shot to win it. To us, the worst thing would have been to finally get in that room and then they just open it. I mean, because then in your mind, you'd always wonder, well, what if I just had a minute? Could I figure it out in a minute? But that's not the case. We weren't even close. The fact that those guys got it, that says a lot. The team name of Genius, definitely they lived up to it today.
The beauty of this is we've had a blast on this hunt. We're like brothers now. I mean, we scream, kick, and holler at each other.
Francis! This is your damn city, come on!
We've sweat, blood, and tears together.
Yes, sir!
We're brothers now. I mean, we'd all take a bullet for each other.
Attaboy.
We're gonna be hanging out for the rest of our lives, telling stories about this. Everything has culminated to this, and we actually won.
We gotta help this bag can hold this.
The bag's gonna hold it, Charlie.
The bag's gonna hold.
Oh, the bag's gonna hold, dude.
Welcome to the live season finale of Treasure Hunters. We're here in Washington, D.C., a fitting place to end this quest. I'm joined by the cast of Treasure Hunters, the young professionals, the grad students, the Wild Hanlons, the Brown family, the Fogels, Miss USA, the ex-CIAs, the Southie Boys, and Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Treasure Hunters, the geniuses, Francis, Sam, and Charles. Join me, gentlemen. Join me, gentlemen. Please. Geniuses, come join me. Join me, guys. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Sam? Francis. Sam. Well, that was exciting, and I tell you, though, you guys came so very close to being eliminated many times. So I'm going to ask you, did you ever have that sinking feeling in your stomach that the treasure was going to slip right through your fingers while you were in the crypt?
So we ran into many times, obviously, of being second to last. In fact, I think we did it almost every time. But we obviously persevered, but last time, I mean, we're all wondering, last two teams came in there with us and we're like, first place to last place again. Here we are again, so...
I mean, like, there are a lot of moments that we doubted ourselves. I mean, Charles over here, the Eagle Scout, can't read a map, you know? I mean, Francis lived in Philadelphia for 18 years of his life, doesn't know how to get to one of the major streets in the city.
But he was a major component. A major component.
Absolutely. I wouldn't trade these guys for the world.
All right, geniuses, I'll ask you then to take your seats, if you would, please.
Great,
We'll have more from you later. Tonight is a celebration of the entire season. And this is really a celebration about this series itself. And if you have any question for any cast member, you can post it at NBC.com. We'll answer as many questions as we can. We'll also show you some previously unseen footage. But the big question is, how much is the treasure worth? The winners want to know, America wants to know, and we're going to find out tonight. But first, hundreds of thousands of fans logged onto NBC.com to play the Genworth Financial Treasure Challenge. 10 players each won $10,000 and were flown here to compete in a special hunt for $100,000. Here's what happened when the hunt began. Welcome to Washington, D.C. You're standing in front of the Museum of American History. It houses the Star-Spangled Banner. Each one of you has already won $10,000 from the Genworth Financial Treasure Challenge. But tonight, one of you will walk away with $100,000. But you must hurry, because at the next stage, 5 of you will be eliminated. I'm standing in front of the clue. Good luck.
Find this castle that once housed the original Star-Spangled Banner. Now the stars and stripes that flies above its tower holds the code that will reveal the next clue. Out of here.
I'm doing this for my 6-month-old daughter, Riley. I recently got laid off from work, and I just want to make sure that she has a good future.
I hope this is the castle.
I'm going to win that $100,000 a day, and nothing's going to stop me.
The contestants have been told to look to the stars and stripes to find the code to open the lockboxes. The answer is 50 stars and 13 stripes, 50-13. The first 5 contestants to crack the code will move on. The other 5 will be eliminated.
And I just figured it'd be in numbers, it'd be 50 stars and 13 stripes. So I did 1350 the first time, and it didn't work, and then I did it backwards, and that was it. So, got it. Statue of Joseph Henry will show you the way.
The statue of Joseph Henry is looking in the direction of their next location, the National Archives building. There, the key they have just retrieved will open their next clue.
Going to the National Archives.
I got it.
Got it.
I got it.
We're live on the season finale of Treasure Hunters. We're here with the entire cast. And guys, it's nice to see you again.
See you later.
Brooke, I can see that you've had a life-changing experience. You're pregnant.
I am. The robots are recreating.
All right, excellent. Well, we have so much to talk about tonight. But first, here's a look back at the journey.
This is not just a treasure hunt. It's a hunt for your inner self.
I know where we're going.
Nothing could have prepared us for the difficulty that we were going to face.
I can't go on.
If there's a point where we have to stretch the truth a little bit and ask for forgiveness later, I don't think we're beyond that.
You guys are awesome to help us like this.
Go, guys, go.
We carried that boat 9 miles.
We then coined the phrase, "We've been fogled."
We'll get away from here so they don't see us.
We feel like we were fogled.
We're fogling the fogles, baby.
They're all paired up against us.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they're stuck.
The Browns are going down.
Hey, handlers, where y'all headed?
Back to Liberty. It's in New York.
Hey, hasta la vista, baby.
Not cranky. Put a smiley face on. Where we at?
Shut up.
Where we at?
I am happy.
You're not. You're miserable.
You're cranky.
You'll be treading water. No, you won't. You'll be treading water.
Shut up, baby. Shut up.
You won't kill nobody. In front of everyone. I'll knock you out.
Oh, you guys! Look at this! What we're doing!
What we've seen and what we've done, people dream of this stuff.
This treasure hunt, for me, it's been awesome.
You're a beast!
The hunt has been the most spectacular thing that I've ever done in my life.
Oh, snaps!
Wait.
I know I've been a treasure hunter!
Okay, I've got some questions. Now, Todd, ex-CIA, you guys came so close to being in the final 3. What happened?
Well, I tell you, I think our biggest problem was the night before. Mark didn't have enough to drink. Just a few more. No, but seriously, when we got that message, I was in shock. I didn't believe it. I didn't understand it. I looked beyond the camera guy to the producer, and I said, this is wrong. He gave us the wrong message. He goes, wait a minute, guys, this is really, really close. We're going to have to review the videotape. So they reviewed the videotape, and they basically compared the time codes of each of the cameras, and they said, sorry, guys, you missed it by 2 seconds. So it came down, it came so close, and I think it was too close to call, so it should have had a do-over or something. I don't know.
There are no do-overs in treasure hunts.
Well,
sorry to say that.
Yeah, to add to that, we were obviously very upset, but I mean, to add even more fuel to our fury, the next clue was the Library of Congress in our Stoneman grounds in D.C. So, we felt like, though the geniuses barely snuck by in Philly and Francis's hometown, even the Southies pulled out a win in Boston. So we felt like if we had been.
Well, I was proud of you. I was proud of you. I will say, Melissa, the grad students. Say again?
I said we're no longer taking your
Understood. Melissa, I want to ask you, the grad students, what was the best memory that you take away from this whole experience in Treasure Hunters?
Ooh, I think that our best team memory was when we finally got off the Jefferson and onto our individual team boats and actually took a moment to breathe, look at each other, and realize that not only did we finish a challenge, but we finished in second place.
Right.
Yeah, you have to see us. Beforehand, me and my sister were so sick, and we were crawling across the Jefferson on our hands and knees, throwing up for hours before the challenge even started. And so the last thing on our minds was finishing ahead of any other team.
And I gotta say, I thought the biggest challenge was gonna be definitely Mel's fear of the water, because she's so petrified
just above in water swimming, and then we get on there, and the biggest challenge ended up being just, you know, collecting
Someone
ourselves and
else.
getting back together. Yeah,
absolutely. That's petrified.
together as a team.
Okay, Keith, tell me what's happening when you're facing the water and you're about to take that plunge into the ocean. What's going through your mind?
I have to tell you, 3 weeks of learning how to swim in a pool no deeper than 4 feet does not prepare you for the ocean.
Well, you had a lot of guts. You had a lot of guts. The guy doesn't even know how to swim. Amazing. All right, terrific. Well, we've been asking for your questions at NBC.com, and the most popular subject so far is the Fogels. We'll find out exactly what it's like to be Fogeled and how much the geniuses will be taking home tonight when the live Treasure Hunters finale returns. But first, 5 people are still competing for $100,000 in the Genworth Financial Challenge. The clue will lead the contestants to the National Archives building, where they must open a lockbox with their key. But only 3 will go on to the next stage.
Basically, just figured out where the archives building was, and the boxes were sitting right in front. Used my key, opened the box, and pulled out the next clue.
The clue is a cryptic stencil, beneath which is written Old Post Office Tower.
It says Old Post Office on it. I have to find a map. I'm not exactly sure where to go next.
I think I need to go left. Yes. Yes. What's that mean? I'm out? No!
Looks like I've been eliminated.
Hope I don't overthink it and overrun the clue.
Up in the tower of the old post office is a stand containing a drawing of the Washington skyline that matches the contestants' stencils. When put together, X marks the spot of the final location, the National Building Museum. The first one to find the plaque there wins $100,000.
X marks the spot. National Building Museum.
Okay, here we go. Schematic. National Building Museum.
I'm going to the National Building Museum and hoping that I'm going to win $100,000 here pretty soon.
Scott is strong, but there is no way I am going to lose this.
Welcome back to the live season finale of Treasure Hunters. Now, Brad, I want to ask you, the Fogel family. Now, your family was a very big topic on the internet, and people were always asking about you, and I'll tell you this, that, well, they seem to think that you played the game kind of ruthlessly. Now, being a pastor, I want to ask you, what do you think about that?
What was I thinking? No, I don't see ourselves as a team that played ruthlessly. I think we just played competitively, and I think we played a fair game. But if I had to do it over again, I definitely would have been a little more sensitive to the guys that came up behind me on the river. We were a little too competitive there. Weren't thinking.
Way too fast.
Well, let's ask somebody that actually was then Fogeled, the Southie Boys. Your take on that?
First of all, we've never been on a canoe before, so the whole canoe trip was really tough for us. But when we got to the area where we had a porta-john canoe, we could hear someone screaming like a 2-year-old.
And then, so at that point, we just decided to pick their canoe up and carry it for them. And when we carried it down there, we quiet. Shut up.
So, a whole mile.
Shut up. So we carried their canoe all the way down.
Not 9 miles, but a whole mile.
And we get in the water, we look left, and they're like on a cigarette boat.
Flying down the river, we said, holy moly.
Guys, we all want to say
We really are sorry.
We didn't wait at the 14th star. We're
We
sorry.
should have.
Thank you. No, thank you for helping me. Seriously.
We still love you.
Thank you.
Hey, wait a minute. What about a little love this way?
All right. Well, there was one team. There was a team that allied with the Fogels, and that was Air Force. Now, I want to say that, do you think that possibly, thinking at it now, that was kind of a risky strategy?
Not at all. We love the Fogels. We trust them completely, and I think we had a different experience with them than a lot of people. And in their defense, Fogel to us means one thing. When we were on the boat going over to London, they told us, hey, if it ever comes down to you guys and us, we're going to let you guys go, Air Force. And that's exactly what they did. When we were in there burning our maps with the last two teams, they stopped playing. They said, Air Force, go ahead and find the clue. They let us do that.
Okay, well, that's the other side of the coin. There was no Fogelization for you.
So to us, being Fogeled is grace. It's something, getting something that you don't deserve, because that's exactly what they did for us.
Okay, you're Fogel-free.
Fogel-free.
Ben, were you ever Fogeled?
No, actually, we weren't Fogeled because we were too busy Fogling ourselves.
Well, the hunt gave us many unbelievable moments, and a lot of them came to us courtesy of the Wild Hanlons.
You look like a sweet girl. We're trying to find Tower Rock Park, the big granite 400-foot wall. You know where it is. Sir! Sir! Excuse me, sir! 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 I'm sorry to interrupt you while you're eating. You can choose that you're listening to what I'm saying. I'm trying to find a place that's close to here. Please help us!
God, Pat, you freak people out.
Dude, it's not gonna be in the trash can.
Most flies? Is there anything under there?
No.
How many ways can artichokes be spelled, and how many ways can it be numeralized? Australian, Greek, I don't know, I'm just saying Theodore Roosevelt, RFL. Hey, listen, let's go silent and let's see if we can hear any of our competition.
Nope. Can't hear him. Okay.
I think I want the Angus value meal, just cheese, meat, and bread on there, and supersize that baby, please. What else we need?
We need a decoder to come with that.
And we're in a bit of a hurry.
You got number 8 on your ring?
You think that's an answer to the clue?
It could be.
The unforgettable Hanlon family. Okay, let's switch gears. Now, I know a lot of you feel that this experience had changed your lives, so let's start. This is for everyone, but start with you, Mark.
Yeah, God, how did they change my life? I came back from the treasure hunt, went back to work, to corporate America on a Monday morning, got my cup of coffee, opened up my inbox of like 1 billion emails, and just stared at my screen for like an hour. I said to myself, I can't do this, I quit. I called Todd.
Yeah, he called me up and just said, I'm going to quit, Todd. I'm like, Mark, you've been at work for 1 hour. Let's wait till the end of the day before we decide that one.
Yeah, so then he calls me, and then my first response is, Mark, have you even spoken to your wife about this? And he's like, no, that'd probably be a good idea, huh?
Yeah, so cooler heads prevailed, and that night, my wife and I kind of hashed it out, and the next day, I gave my 2-week notice, and got a job in beautiful Pensacola, Florida.
All right, young professionals. How about you guys? Chandra, how has it changed your life?
Well, I learned to definitely trust my instincts because our team knew the right location was Mount Rushmore, and we weren't very vocal about it, as vocal as we should have been. So ultimately, I think we lost because of that.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss USA, I have a question. It's fresh from cyberspace here, and it says, I really think that you have broken the stereotype of what society thinks a Miss USA contestant would be like. Do you think you've helped to gain a newfound respect for beauty queens?
Well, you underestimated us a little bit at the beginning, didn't you, Laird? A little bit.
I wouldn't say that.
I would say a lot of people in America did, and we are so fortunate to have the chance to represent what it means to really be a pageant girl. It's not just makeup and high heels like it used to be. It takes so much more to be successful in the pageant world. You have to be well-rounded, competitive, driven, intelligent, and we were so fortunate to represent that and show the world that, you know, we can do this. And so many episodes we proved over and over again what it really means.
You know, there are 2 times specifically that come to mind when we're canoeing 20 miles down a river, and it's just 3 girls. We don't have real big muscles here. And when we're at the dig site for over 7 hours in the Georgia clay, we could stick our shovel in the ground and jump on it 3 times with our entire body weight and maybe move an 1.5 inches.
Right.
We're just not near as strong as men, so we felt like the game was really unfair at times.
Yeah, it really was frustrating to know that we didn't even have half of the physical strength that some of the guys had, and I kept thinking to myself over and over, good night, when are these guys going to have to do swimsuit and heels? That's what I was waiting for.
Well, I thought you had a nice balance of beauty, brains, and brawn. We're just moments away from finding out how much the geniuses will be taking home tonight. But first, someone will win $100,000 in the Genworth Financial Treasure Challenge.
Starting to get nervous now. It's green. I got it.
I just want to let you know I have a little present for Riley's birthday today. I won $100,000. I bawled my eyes out too, you know, I'm actually crying now too. So every time I think about it, I start crying again.
I love you so much.
Feels great to be a treasure hunter!
Congratulations, Scott, to you and your wife. And you may want to also thank the gentleman that's sitting next to you, Buzz Richmond of Genworth Financial.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good job.
Genworth is an insurance company that helps people achieve financial security. They've provided Scott's $100,000 prize and the prize for our winners, the geniuses. We're about to find out just how much they've won when the live Treasure Hunters finale returns. The hunt came down to 3 teams trying to find the 5 letters that would unlock the treasure. It was a very long night.
Whee, baby! Wow.
Freaking amazing. How do we figure this out? We're so close, we have to find the answer to this crypt text.
We had a 2.5-hour lead, and now it means absolutely nothing.
Have fun.
We were hoping that it's only going to take a couple hours, but it was really an odd thing. We've never been stuck for so long. We're down in the chamber for about 8.5 hours.
And Charles looked like a ghost.
Zitz is sleeping, Brooke's sleeping, and Francis is out cold. He looked like a dead porpoise in the middle of this chamber.
We had hours to figure that thing out. We couldn't figure it out.
Charlie, give me that.
Once they opened that secret door in the back of the treasure chamber, it was like this big light of gold. I'm like, oh, we're done. I'm happy the geniuses got it. I don't think I would have ever figured that out. I would have been there for weeks.
Well, it's been a big secret, and Genworth Financial has closely guarded the actual size of the treasure. But now, it's time. Francis. Sam. Charles. The gold you found in the crypt is worth.
It's exciting.
$3 million. The Geniuses are $3 million richer. Thanks for joining us, and good night.